Good morning, Hong Kong, and welcome back to another episode of Hong Kong Insurance 101. With the news on Monday that Uber is being sued for a fatal 2018 accident involving one of its drivers, and the legal uncertainty that still surrounds the ride-hailing app locally, we wanted to take a closer look at ride-sharing and your insurance solutions. Since the launch in the city, Uber has operated in a legal gray area. Uber drivers, by and large, have not obtained the hire car permits which would otherwise be required for similar business operations. In fact, Uber considers all its drivers in Hong Kong to be independent contractors, and the Hong Kong government views all ride-sharing and ride-hailing applications other than those designed for taxis to be illegal. Now, unlike other locations in which Uber is operating, there is very little clarity with regards to the law and insurance when accidents happen and lives are lost in Hong Kong. So what exactly are the protections you can expect while riding in an Uber? Well, in order to register your vehicle to operate on a Hong Kong road, you must hold a valid car insurance policy. Without a car insurance policy, you will be unable to register the vehicle and will be liable for fines and/or imprisonment. In relation to Uber, however, it is important to note that there is an additional factor which is supposed to apply to cars and taxis. The owner or operator of the vehicle must also obtain a hire car permit in order to satisfy the legal requirements. While statements have been made by various legal experts regarding the status of insurance coverage held by Uber drivers, the unfortunate truth is that this is very much still an unknown and an uncertainty. Uber has purchased third-party motor vehicle insurance top-up coverage for all drivers contracted to the company, but this does not change the fact that, under Hong Kong's law, Uber drivers have not been permitted to conduct their ride-sharing activities. This is extremely important, as private car insurance policies in Hong Kong generally have an exclusion in relation to using the car for commercial activities unless otherwise specified by the policy. Now, we recently discussed the issue of exclusions on various types of insurance policy and how they impact you, but the simplest explanation here is that if a claim is caused by an exclusion, then the claim will not be covered under the plan. Taking money for driving people in your private car in most cases in Hong Kong will void your insurance. It really is that simple under the current regulatory framework. Without any insurance coverage, you're not going to be able to be protected in an accident, and a case could actually be made by the government that the vehicle was improperly licensed and being operated illegally. If you are involved in an accident in this case where your insurance is non-operable, you're personally going to be liable for damages. The plaintiff currently suing Uber was not driving a car, was not riding in the Uber. She was a passenger in a taxi that was involved in the collision. So what are your rights and protections as someone who is a bystander in an Uber accident? Ordinarily, third-party insurance would apply to everyone in an accident. But if the insurance is not valid because the Uber driver has not properly permitted their vehicle, and because the insurance is void in a commercial situation, what protections do you have? The unfortunate answer is very little. If you are injured as a result of an Uber accident where you're not the driver, your only real recourse under the current legal framework is to sue Uber and the driver at fault for your accident. Any injuries you experience or any health care you may require as a result of the accident are likely going to have to come from your own finances. Your best way to protect yourself from risks of injury or death in Hong Kong is with a comprehensive health insurance and life insurance policy. This doesn't change whether you're taking an Uber or not. While this does not satisfy the potential liability that Uber and its drivers may hold towards you in an accident, having life and health insurance coverage ensures that in a worst-case situation, you and your loved ones will have the support and access to healthcare you require, even if you aren't in Hong Kong. Under the current legal and regulatory framework for Uber in Hong Kong, if you're the victim of an accident caused by an Uber driver, it may take a long time for you to recover any compensation, if you're even able to do so at all. That's us for this week. We hope you have a happy and healthy weekend. Remember to like and subscribe to stay current with all our content as it comes out. And don't forget to ask CCW. We're simplifying your insurance.